Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is part 2 of Narcissism, Zionism, and Islam. Today we'll talk about some of the essential features of Zionism and Narcissism as well as Islam, and show the contrast and show how Narcissism is same as Zionism and Islam is the exact opposite. It is actually perceived these days that Shaitan is winning. Everybody is kind of depressed that everywhere, every organization is subjugated to by Zionist entities. They have taken over everything, and on nothing more prominent than in this what is going on in Gaza today. You see, the Israeli MP is saying no one in Gaza is innocent. Yes, even the children will have to be killed. No other choice, because they are the children of those who want to harm us. They're all the enemies like the Nazis. See, not at no time in history these kind of statements were made.
Sorry, you have to watch some video, right? But this is what I do. Yeah, which I tell you, you cannot agree. I tell you. Always, when you find out the strategy, and he's really winning in this, which is he's overwhelming the senses. Think about it. The eyes, they're channels to the heart. The ears, they're channels to the heart. What does he do? He diseases the eyes with screens. Your iPad, your iPhone, your Apple Watch, your TV, even in your car now you have a screen. There's screens everywhere. And then with the ears, music. Because what happens, do you ever notice when you listen to music a lot? When you're in the shower maybe, you'll be sitting there and then the song is playing in your head. It happens a lot of times. You're not even aware of it, but it's there. It's like on playing back, over. It's these things, they leave images, they leave reflections in the heart. Because the mind, the faculty, the senses, they're pathways to the heart. So if you control what you see, what you hear, and what you think, the heart, like a mirror, it becomes clear, polished. When it's polished, it can reflect the mood of Allah. Shaitan. He's telling the truth, and I'm sorry you have to watch some of these people rant, but this is what I do. The IDF, which I tell you, you cannot agree. That's okay. I tell you, IDF is the most moral army in the world. I repeat, it's the most moral army in the world. You know, I didn't believe it the first 10,000 times I heard that. But now that she said it 2 more times, loudly, I think I'm convinced. Not shooting in population. Yeah, you know what? I think I should stop believing my eyes. I've been watching these videos of the IDF. With more in the world. You know, I didn't believe it the first 10,000 times I heard that. But now that she said it 2 more times, loudly, I think I'm convinced. Not shooting. Okay. 1 second. One more sentence. Okay. Is not shooting a population. Is not shooting an innocent population. Yeah, you know what? I think I should stop believing my eyes. I've been watching these videos of the IDF shooting all these people, but my eyes are clearly lying. This lady is telling the truth, and I believe her.
You see how everything is turned up completely upside down. Not only they are killing children, targeting children, justifying it. Now they're calling themselves the most moral army. Look in history. Did ever Hitler said that? Did ever the King Leopold of Belgium say that? At no time, even in Pharaoh's time, it did not happen. That's Zionism for you. By contrast, Islam puts the purpose of life. It defines morality. What is the purpose? Allah said the purpose of life is to obey Allah with love, lovingly. The word Arabic means lovingly obey, not grudgingly. That's the purpose of life. So everything revolves around that purpose. And if you miss that purpose of life, if you, in your action, if you are not fulfilling the purpose of life, it's either a sin or a mistake. What is a mistake? When you forget to remember Allah. When it is a sin, when you deliberately do it, you know it's wrong. So this moral compass that is created by Islam is missing from anybody other than mu'min. Some time ago, over 20 years ago, I asked a department head, what do you want to be when you grow up? He chuckled and he said, stop teaching. Do things that I enjoy doing. So what a waste of time. He's the department head. All these students are counting on him, and he feels that his aim in life is to get out of teaching. To his credit, he did get out of teaching. So he asked me, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And I shocked him by saying, I want to go to heaven. This we forget. The purpose of life is to go to heaven. That's our success. It's not money, it's not control, it's not how many people are following you. Yet, today, every organization, Muslim, non-Muslim, Islamic, Islamist, anti-Islamic, their success is measured by the three things. Number one, how much money they have created. Number two, what they're controlling. Number three, how many people are obeying them. So literally, they are doing the bidding of Shaitan. These days, narcissism is a very hot topic in social media and in personal development. All of them are focused on surviving narcissistic abuse. You know, this is the funny part. Narcissists actually think they're victim, just like Shaitan. They have all the victim history. Yet, nobody's talking about the fact that we all have this. They're taking pride in being victim, forgetting that that's the classic definition of narcissist. So there's a boogeyman somewhere, narcissist, and everybody is saying, I have been a victim of the narcissist. In this series of presentation, we avoid that. You are not a victim. You are the aggressor. You are the one oppressing yourself. So whatever you talk about has to resonate with your own life, not as a victim, but as an aggressor. I have not met one narcissist who doesn't think he's an empath. They're all empaths. When I was little, I remember visiting a prison with my parents. And it was very interesting because we talk to people, nobody says they have done anything wrong. They have been a victim of circumstances. Many of them said it's the lawyer that messed me up. It was a setup. Every criminal thinks that he has been a victim. He's not the problem. That's the problem with us. We do not analyze, we do not reflect on our own deeds. We're just looking at others to point finger. In fact, we have all acted like narcissists at one certain point in our life. You remember in the first part, we discussed when you lose empathy, when you lose Rahma, when you lose your connection with Allah, you develop narcissistic traits. You are a narcissist at that time, by definition. One way to catch it, when you stop praying. You know, you have 5 daily prayers. Another way to catch it, prayer is the last thing you want to do. Your heart is not on it. You're trying to quickly finish it. But even when you are reluctant, you have some hope. But if you disconnect completely, you're gone. You are a narcissist by definition. You have no purpose of life. Your purpose of life is to give you pleasure in the short term. You hate yourself. You do not care for your future. That's when all the other symptoms kick in. Self-harm, even suicide, depression. So the idea is to recognize our mistakes and realign with Islamic values. That's the hope. Don't call yourself a victim. Don't look for a savior. Only savior you have to work on is Allah. And He's very easy to access.
Realize that the narcissist is permanently damaged 99.9% of the time. The only way a narcissist could ever change, I've yet to see a narcissist change, by the way, is by some sort of spiritual awakening. That's why we say that narcissists are demonic, okay? They're demons, because they have gone to the dark side. Their father is Satan, the father of all lies. So they follow Satan's principles by lying, deceiving, gaslighting. All of these sort of things do not walk in the truth, okay? God is the truth. Narcissists don't walk in the truth. So, they're not going to change unless they have some sort of spiritual awakening. But if they're able to keep doing what they're doing and get away with it, they're never going to have that spiritual awakening, all right? And there's plenty of supply out there, so narcissists don't feel that they have to change in any sort of way, because what they don't get from you, they'll get from somebody else, okay? If they can't manipulate you, they'll manipulate somebody else. But narcissists, in general, are permanently damaged, usually from their childhood development, all right? There's a genetic component as well, because everybody's born with a certain type of temperament and personality, and their environment molds them. So they need a spiritual awakening.
You see how it's a boogeyman she's talking about, and they cannot be fixed, as if she's talking about shaitan, but she's not. She's talking about human beings. So this is what we have to graduate from. We don't want to save ourselves from humans. We have to recognize that we have it. We have the ability to fall victim of shaitan, but we also have the ability to get out of it. So no, It's not true that a narcissist cannot be recovered at any time until you're dead, you have a chance. And that we call reverting to Islam, and he stayed that way. It's a very interesting meme. When the devil can't reach you, he sends you a narcissist. We talked about that in part 1. Even your nerves, even your restless soul acts on behalf of Shaitan. It's whispering. So you don't need others. Yourself, your desire, your restless soul will whisper in your ear that let's do this. Let's maximize.
I have conversations I've never had. The very spiritually attuned, very smart friend of mine, and I was saying, I'm a man, and I hate lying, and I just want to be honest about it. Like, people do, bad sexual stuff, and I don't, but I don't judge that much because you're like, yeah, we're all in the wrong circumstance capable of anything. But I said to this person, I don't get the underage girl thing. That's like, they're not into it. Their kids, maybe I have too many kids or something. I'm not being selfish, I'm just being honest. No, I just don't get that. I don't see any appeal at all. It's a pathological obsession. I mean, Epstein was into girls with braces specifically. Exactly. So what is that? And the conventional explanation is, maybe I'm being too honest, but I think this is really revealing because it's not about sex. It's a spiritual thing. And I said, what is that? And this friend of mine said, it's the thrill of destroying innocence. That's what it is. Yeah. And that is the definition of evil. That is Satan, right? Well, that is taking something pure. I guess this is maybe, I'm the only person who ever thought of this. Maybe you have already have. I had not thought of that. I was like, it's not just a sexual attraction. Like, I think, underage girls with braces are hot. They're not. No normal person thinks that. That's bizarre. No. The idea is that I'm destroying something that's pure. Yeah, and throughout history. Well, that's Satan acting. Sorry. Throughout history, people have looked at that as something that confers power. That's what child sacrifice. Exactly. And where people get that idea, I don't know, but it's apparently deeply ingrained enough. It's not an idea. It's a spiritual reality. Right. It's like the core of the Christian message where, Satan says at the end of the 40 days of temptation of Christ, we bow down before we don't give you all this power. And that's clearly the arrangement, which is explicit or not, but it's real nonetheless, between leaders when they kill in a wanton way, which most of them do, and when they destroy beauty and innocence, you're doing that in exchange for power. And it is a real trait. That's all real.
You see how Shaitan's pleasure, and as narcissists, our evil side's pleasure is to destroy purity. We are born pure. We start with destroying our own self. People don't realize that we are the first victim of our narcissism. We're the first victim of our nifaq, of our hypocrisy. You cannot hurt anybody else. It's you, your long-term future. And that is missed by everybody. Even, that was Tucker Carlson. It makes sense. But they do not recognize in Christianity that your salvation, it's in your own hand. Nobody talks about it. They're angry at some other people. So this is the opposite of narcissist, is movement, trusting. Narcissists do not trust anybody. They actually cheat. They are liars, and they think everybody is lying. By contrast, movement, a Muslim, literally movement means trusting. Thinks everybody is trustworthy, telling the truth. Very big contrast. in moments, faith, in moments, belief system does not alter because he has been mistreated by some people. It's true that same person he cannot. Prophet Muhammad said, "Do not get bitten from the same hole." If it's the same person, I understand. That person has to seek forgiveness. Until then, you cannot trust him. But to use that against somebody else you have no idea, by default, you cannot mistrust people. Certainly, you cannot say whatever they're saying is false because I had a bad life. Because I have been a victim, so I'm going to call everybody an aggressor. That's the defeatist mindset. So why does a narcissist lie, cheat, and betray? It's because truth doesn't serve them. In their mind, the last thing they want to resort to is truth. And I posted in the first episode all this write-up, how it develops, how as human we develop this false paradigm. We're supposed to stick to truth no matter what. Truth is the last one we want to resort to, very last. Loyalty actually bores them. And this has become very big phenomenon. With incessant access to porno and all this nonsense, everybody has emotionally become a cheater. Emotionally, they are not loyal to anything. And if you are not loyal to Allah, certainly you cannot know even what loyalty means. And there's no reason. It's so easy to fall for all the temptations. Distraction, chaos, give them power. They feel important. They feel they are in control. To be able to mess up somebody's life, they get pleasure out of it. You see where Zionism is coming into play? Remember the TikTok? They just killed children and they're laughing. They're bragging about raping 12-year-olds. That mindset is not just male, females have the same. As long as you're disconnected from Allah, you can do anything. And that's what Tucker Carlson is saying. Lies give them control because he knows what is the lie. So they feel empowered. And they actually take pleasure out of lying. It's like a therapy for them to lie. Betrayal gives them the feeling of superiority. You're leading people on and they're just falling for you. That's when you pull out. You feel great pleasure. Then they gain pleasure in convincing you you are too needy, too insecure, too emotional. This is classic shaitan. This is exactly how shaitan operates. We talked about that in the first part. How do they operate? They shift the blame to you. Today I was talking about it. It's this everywhere. Bad guys take away your right. Then they will say, you're too focused about yourself. It's your problem. It's you. They will be playing with your empathy in a chaotic situation. So he's victimized. Said, he's a victim. There's a term called triangulation. It's using other people. By using other people, they create this illusion that you are the one. It's typical gaslighting. You are the one crazy.
Confrontational or grandiose or malignant narcissist. They're going to be very combative, all right? A narcissist is combative in an argument, all right? They don't just sit there. A lot of times they don't even let you talk, right? They don't even want to hear what you have to say, or they say something like, you're always talking, and they always have to have the floor and be telling you that they're right. The other way you'll know you're, having an argument with a narcissist is that they will never own when they're wrong. They'll always blame you, blame shift, all right? They love the blame shift.
You finished the mango?
Also know
There's
that,
no electricity. A narcissist is incapable of respecting. It just doesn't happen. We talked about that in the first episode. They are incapable of loving. They are incapable of respecting. Why do they attract empaths? See, it started with Shaitan and Prophet Adam. Prophet Adam was the ultimate empath at the time. Shaitan was the exact opposite. He was the ultimate narcissist. Because empath's strength is a weakness. We have heard that. Elon Musk said, only problem of Europeans is having empathy. Of course, only to Shaitan is a weakness. Because you care for others, that makes you vulnerable. See, every quality an empath has, those are the quality Shaitan or narcissist are seeking. So they want to take away those qualities. They want to make you like him. And that's how they target. In Islam, you don't have a choice. You cannot say, oh, he's a narcissist. I'm going to avoid him. And even if he is or she is in my life, I just will ignore. No, it's an obligation for you. It could be your relative, it could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your brother, father. Throughout history, a moment, his job is to try to keep dawah, to try to make these people see the beauty of real Islam. Not to abandon them. Keep trying. Prophet Nuh tried for 950 years. He could not even fix his wife and son, but keep trying. Prophet Yunus gave up, and sure enough, he was punished. And he understood that there's a grave mistake. That's where the dua Yunus comes from. A narcissist is a person of many words, but never a person of their words. Because every word they say is a lie anyway. They paint the future you have always dreamed about, but deliver nightmare for you that you must recover from alone. Shaitan will abandon you after he has made sure that you die in a state of sujood to him. Shaitan's agents are the same. Politically, Zionism is the hottest topic, and Zionism personifies narcissism. In the same vein, Islam has been the hottest topic since 9/11 terror attack. Soon after that, which phrase became the most used phrase in the media, mainstream media? Islamic terrorism. Imagine that. Islam means peace. Literally, it's like peaceful terrorism. But everybody uses that. Today, with this Epstein thing going on, they have a common enemy. Even if we hate Jews, still you agree that Islam is the common enemy. That's why they are bringing up the likes of Alex Jones and all these other idiots. They're bringing up Islam. Because that way they can be united. In this presentation, we connect narcissism to Zionism. We connect Zionism to Satanism, offer Islam as the only solution, both in personal and political spectrum. We take a scientific approach. This approach is unprecedented. We answer every question logically without resorting to dogma. Any question. I'll end with this slide. Prophet Muhammad said there are 4 signs that make someone pure hypocrite. What is it? When he speaks, he lies. When he makes a covenant, he's treacherous. When he makes a promise, he breaks. And when he argues, he's wicked and illogical. And these are the same traits which narcissist, same traits with shaitan. It doesn't say he speaks lies most of the time or multiple times. No, every time he speaks, it's a lie. So anytime we catch ourselves lying, we are doing ourselves a great favor. You are avoiding becoming a narcissist. When you make an agreement, covenant, simple things like, I'll pick you up tomorrow at 9:30. It has to be 9:30. You cannot show up at 10 and do nothing. Even if you apologize, why didn't you let me know? Why didn't you do your best about that? It's very simple. Make an agreement, stick to it. Most of the time, we have no intention. When you say inshallah, it actually means that only Allah can force me to do it. I will not do it. That's why in Arab countries, when a father says, inshallah, I'll buy a toy, he says, no, don't say inshallah. Because they know it's a lie. When they make a promise, they have no intention of fulfilling the promise. And when they argue, he's wicked. I have seen so many of this and continue to see. Most of the time, it's the cultural Muslim. Most illogical argument you can imagine. They bring it up. That's why I call them Magzul. With that, I'll close today's talk. Assalamu alaikum.